What's up, sports fans? Today we're gonna be going over my picks, or not my picks. We're gonna be going over my mock draft, the first 10 picks I did, and then I'm gonna give some winners and losers from the first round of yesterday's draft. I think there's a few distinct winners and losers, but other than that, it's all kind of mixed in. We don't really truly know yet. Let's just get into the draft, though. So if you were with me before, we've already seen this. I'm just going over this so basically I can talk over it. This draft that I put together, this mock draft, it was solely based on what I thought was likely to happen, and I kind of wanted to be a little bit bold with some of my takes. That's why Jordan Love was in my top 10. Of course, he went to the Packers, and that was at 25, 24. I can't remember exactly, but moving on. We started with the Bengals, and they took the guy that I expected, which was Joe Burrow. Good pick. He's going to be a good quarterback for them that plays 10 to 15 years. He's had the best draft grade since Andrew Luck, so I think he's going to be a really good quarterback. Redskins did the right thing, and they took Chase Young. That was a really good pick, in my opinion. It's what they needed badly. You can never blame a team for picking what they need really badly if it's also a talented player, and I think that's what Chase Young is. Same thing with right here, which they didn't go Tua like I thought. I thought a team was going to trade up for this pick. That's what I thought was going to happen, so I said, hey, they're probably going to take Tua. That didn't happen, man. They took Jeff Okudah, which I think was the right pick. If they were going to stay in draft there, Jeff Okudah was probably the right pick, because that's the biggest hole they have in their roster is that corner spot. I know that they signed Desmond Trufant, but he's not quite what he used to be, and he gets injured a decent amount, so I think that was a really good pick of Okudah. The Giants, they did what I kind of thought they would do, and they went offensive tackle. I know a lot of people were thinking, hey, why didn't they take Isaiah Simmons? Yeah, they could have used Isaiah Simmons, but I think that beefing up that O-line and making it easier on Daniel Jones and Saquon is going to be huge down the road. So I think this was a really, really good move by the Giants to pick Andrew Thomas. They didn't take Tristan Wirfs. I do think Andrew Thomas was the best tackle in the class. Just a little bit, just because he's the most versatile. But yeah, I think that was a good pick. Moving on to the Dolphins, I had Jordan Love. Of course, they didn't take him. They took Tua, which was huge for them. I think that was a pretty big steal getting Tua at 5, in my opinion, man. I thought they were going to have to trade up. I thought a team was going to have to trade up if they wanted to take Tua. And shit, they didn't have to. It's crazy. Moving on, we got Justin Herbert. That's kind of what we thought was going to happen. We knew the Chargers were going quarterback. We all did. I mean, I don't even know who they're... Tyrod Taylor, is that the only other quarterback on the roster right now? Like, we all knew they were going quarterback. Their team is in win now mode, too, so they need a quarterback. Like, ASAP. Moving on. Panthers ended up taking Derek Brown, which I think was... And I'm not going to get into that quite yet, but let's just... They took Derek Brown. This kid right here, though, Jeff Okudah, yeah, he's legit, my friends. He's very legit. That's why he went 3rd overall. The Cardinals, you know, I get that Isaiah Simmons fell, and they probably thought he fell too far, and that's why they took him. I just don't know if I can stomach not taking an offensive lineman at that spot. Seriously, your team is so... Their tackles are so bad, man. They needed tackles more than we did, the Browns, and the Browns needed it badly, man. Very badly. Yeah, I would have taken a tackle personally, but... And then the Jaguars, what did they do? I think they went C.J. Henderson, which was a solid pick. I can't blame them for taking him, the kid out of Florida. He was a good player. Yeah, they took C.J. Henderson. And he is the second best. Him and Okudah were the best 2 prospects at corner by far. Okudah by a good amount, and then and then Henderson a good amount above the guy that's in third. So I like that pick. I like that pick. They really need it, especially losing Jalen Ramsey. And then the Browns. We didn't get Andrew Thomas, but we did get Jedrick Wills, which I'm very happy with. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm very happy with it. All right, moving on now. Now we're going to exit out of this and talk about my winners and losers. Now, I've got a couple winners and a couple losers for the draft. Let's just start with the losers first. My first losers are the Oakland Raiders. Now, let me be clear. I don't think that they lost the draft. I think that they got some impactful players that are going to help them in Henry Ruggs and Damon Arnett. They were picking 12 and 29. Or, sorry, 12 and 19 is where they were picking. And my issue with the two picks. Let's start with the first pick, which was Henry Ruggs. I like Henry Ruggs. I think he's really good, especially if he gets into the right system. I'm not going to say if Oakland's the correct system or not. I don't really know. But he can take the top off of the defense. He's good at getting off of the line. Here's my issue. I don't think he's a better receiver than CeeDee Lamb or Jerry Jeudy. And Jerry Jeudy he's better before the football gets to him. CeeDee Lamb is better once the football's gotten to him. And he's also better at getting the football, going and getting it. So I don't know, man. I would have taken Jeudy personally, or CeeDee Lamb, one of those two. And that moves on to my first winners. And I hate to put this together. The Buccaneers, who they picked the fourth tackle in the draft, and they got what I think was the second best one, Tristan Wirfs. Everybody was all over the place with these tackles. Nobody really knew. All I knew is that I didn't want Mekhi Becton. For me, it was Andrew Thomas, Tristan Wirfs, Jedrick Wills, but it was all over the place for a lot of people. A lot of mock drafts I watched coming up to the draft had all these tackles all over the place. Nobody really knew. It was all kind of opinion based. So I think that filling a void, which was a huge void, is a big deal for them. Now in the second round, and this is where the Buccaneers could leave the draft being the ultimate winners. If they picked the right running back in the second round, they could leave the draft being the ultimate winners. They really could. They really could. Let's move on to the losers. Our next losers that I have, and that's gonna be, where is it? The Green Bay Packers taking Jordan Love at 26, literally trading up to take him. It's disgusting to me. It's a shot at Aaron. It's like, fuck you, Aaron. We get that you're 36, 37. We don't think you got much left. We're taking a quarterback. I think it's bullshit. I think they did it too early. I think it's 2 years too early to take that quarterback. And, the team made it to the NFC Championship game last year. You can argue if they had that receiver, it would have been a lot easier for Aaron. I mean, Jesus Christ, man. I get that the receiver run had happened, but taking that quarterback is just disrespectful. I would have either traded out of the pick or taken T. Higgins at that spot. So, let alone trading up to get Aaron's replacement, it's just bullshit to me. I think it's the worst pick in the draft so far, personally. Then we have our next winner, and this is going to be my last winner, the Miami Dolphins. Now, you're probably curious, why are the Dolphins a winner? Well, they got to a 5 overall, which I think could easily end up being the best quarterback in the class. So, to be able to say that you did that is big, in my opinion. Dude, I'm vibing to this music, bro. Alright. And then they went, and I'm pretty sure they got an offensive tackle at 17. Let me see, Austin Jackson, I was thinking.
Yes, they got Austin Jackson out of USC. Now, that's not a great pick, but it fills a need. So I can't really be mad at it. You know what I mean? He was the 5th ranked offensive tackle on the board, behind the distinct 4. Well, I think there was a distinct 3, and then there was a drop-off to Mackay. And then after Mackay, there's another drop-off, no doubt. And Austin Jackson is that guy that was left after the tackle run. And I guess that they figured, hey, this is too big of a need for us not to pick it. So they went and they took the tackle. I can't blame them for that. You got to protect Tua at this point. Then they had the 26th overall pick, and they traded back, which I really liked, to get some extra picks. And they got a corner out of Auburn, Noah Johibi. I think this was a really good pick. He's a really good... He's a speed corner, but he can also tackle a little bit, too. So I think that was a really solid pick, in my opinion. But yeah, guys, that's about all I got. I mean, maybe I can come up with one other loser here. Oh, I got one other winner, my friends, and this is how we're gonna end the video today. If you're new, please leave a like. If you're new, please leave a like and subscribe. And turn on post notifications. That way you're notified every time I upload. Our final winner of the day, my friends, and this is probably the one I'm most hype about, is the Chiefs taking the LSU running back Clyde Edwards-Helaire. Now, I might have taken DeAndre Swift. I'm not going to say I wouldn't. But if they're sold on him, dude, I'm really excited to see him in their offense. I really am. Anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. And I'll catch you next time.